Welcome to the Fight for Lysander event, round of 64 here. I'm taking on BBT in the round of 64. They are opening with Nature. I am playing Control Magic here. I don't know if they're aggro or control, but the God Power selection suggests more of aggro than control. Their control, they usually pick Selena's Mark. Bronze Servants are more for the potential death matchup, not really this matchup. I like this shaped blast. Unbound's really a 7-cost card, so we're going to get rid of that at the moment. And this is pretty solid. I can toss the tracking. I would really like some ramp here, but I'm just going to keep here. I feel like I'm more likely to get a card worse than tracking. This deck is control. So just having ways to survive the early game is very important here. So we're going to pass on one. This is a pretty low value target for me to remove. It only deals 1 damage to me a turn, and it dies to the additional shape blast. So I'm not really looking to bolt this. Though a Jaguar, I would probably just remove if they played that this turn. It would certainly be on curve. I do have to be somewhat concerned about potential issues with the Beetle on when they potentially can play Wildfire, Trial the Hydra type of cards. Okay, yeah, the Rabid Bear, they're wanting to press me here. They use their only mana pip going first, and we have the Star Shard Bolt, which is just super, super clean. So we are really happy about that. We have the Shape Blast, which we can play in 2 turns if things get a little bit out of hand here. But they do have another Rabid Bear. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to utilize one of my pips to get the extra minion on board. The Beetle can eat one of the 1/1s very, very cleanly, but not both of them very, very cleanly. And if we absorb an attack from the Rabid Bear, that sets up the Shape Blast. Or if it just lives. But they do have the Fey Flame, which is very, very clean. And they will be able to remove both minions. Slight play mistake there. They could have attacked with the Beetle. I guess they wanted to go face, but yeah, I don't know. Not what I would have done, but I guess it is what it is, right? They've got 2 mana left over. They're thinking about either the Enraged Ally or the just GP. They elect to go with the GP. Not making a Sanctum purchase there. Not a bad top deck, actually. If I play this, I eat their Relic, have a 3/3 minion. Let's just do that. If this hits here, we've got the Shape Blast, which is problematic. Wildfire and then this into this isn't really a hard punish. So those are the couple of the things that we're keeping in mind when doing that play. I guess you could say Wildfire is a pretty actually tough one because this gets bigger and gets out of range of Lay Horde. So you could have argued Lay Horde would have been better there. But this is okay because we can Lay Horde and tracking next turn, and that's pretty solid as well. We might bait like a Canopy, probably not a Lightning Strike. I mean, they would, yeah. Canopy was definitely something I'm not surprised to see. Battle Oryx. So the Battle Oryx makes a lot of sense here. They will push some damage, but we have the Lay Horde, we have the tracking, so we're feeling very good here. Right? So go ahead and peel here. And we can peel this minion. It's frontline, so it's good to remove. And we're kind of disguising the fact that we do have Shape Blast. We do not get wrecked by Wildfire or Trial of the Hydra here. They can still play Trial of the Hydra and run this into this and get the region up. It's okay. Definitely something they could consider. I'm not super eager to drop the Guild Enforcer because of a very, very likely Lightning Strike potential from their hand. Okay, another Beetle. Could be a Wildfire here. Yeah. So Wildfire, this runs into this and regions up. No, interesting they trade there. I would have secured the bag with the Beetle if I were them. So I can remove 1 minion or I can get the ramp, which sets up the city planner. I like double ramp here. The other thing double ramp does, which is a little bit covert, is if they just go face and then like go wide, we can hit here shaped. So that's why I like it. And if they take time to just peel, then we just play city planner. We're okay with that. Okay. Overgrown Rhino, definitely. They might buy the Archer. The Archer makes a lot of sense here. Or they may just GP. Finian, okay. So I have a lot of options this turn. I think I'm trying to figure out a way that I get wrecked the least here. This is so dangerous though if I do it this way. So this does get buffed. I like the healing, and let's go ahead and play this. Yeah, I don't like the Ruin in the Sanctum there. I guess I do lose to Sudden Bloom now, which is problematic. Yeah, now the Rune of Strength with this minion. Okay, they put it on this minion, which makes sense. They get me to 3. So I mean, I can kill a minion. I mean, I can Stormstress plus Star Shard. I can play City Planner and pray. They've got this in the Sanctum. I think City Planner is the line here. Though if he can kill one of these, then I just lose. But I lose to Lightning Strike if I play Stormstress. And I thought that was the more likely card. If he has Lightning Strike, he can peel the City Planner. But the two ramparts hold. This randomly only gets me down to 1. Very tight. Ooh, this is scary. There's actually instant win options for him with that. The 3 damage to my god instantly wins, or Shuffle the Sanctum for Avaraxis is pretty scary too. Okay, that one does not wreck me. Buying the Vow is no surprise. Okay, Rumoth can be pretty cool in certain situations. Here, I have to be clearing minions, but I have a very good line this turn. Very good line. So we kill that. Yeah, this kills this. And the idea here is that the Ruin of Life, keep in mind he has Vow of Champions in hand, so he can deal 2 to me. So I needed to heal, otherwise that Badger would be threatening lethal. I don't want to buy from the Sanctum. I think more bad things happen if I buy than I don't. We might bait a Lightning Strike here, and I think we're okay with that. Okay, more potential insta-win options for them here. Avaraxis is deadly for me in a negative way. And dealing 3 to my god means he's got a 50-50 chance with the Badger. But once again, he bricks on the Blessed. Definitely a relief for us. Is he going to take the 50-50 with the Badger? He hits the face, which is where we did not want it to go. Okay. So more decisions to be made here. I think the safest is going to be City Planner after attacking here. But let's draw first because we always can play the City Planner. Okay. So the 2/1/4 ramparts are pretty annoying. Elected not to buy from the Sanctum. We know they have Vow of Champions. If they can kill both ramparts, they get a 50-50 chance to win. The Lightning Strike will hit here, and the Archer can finish this off. We're living life on the edge here in game number 1. But that doesn't mean we necessarily lose. I mean, we might. We definitely might. Unbound is definitely good. I think this is a great opportunity for me to slap down Stormstress and Runemoth here. So we can make this trade. I want to deny him getting favor. And the Runemoth is key because I can potentially gain more health. You could argue hitting the Badger because it is wild. But let's get the Runemoth down and play. You know, Rune of Sight. Not what I wanted, but it's something. They still have Vow in their hand, right? Yeah, so I'm actually at 3. I am not at 5. That's one thing to keep in mind here. Vicious Manticore is scary because he's got a 1 in 3 chance of... Actually, no, wait. Vicious Manticore wins for him. I need to get healing off the Runemoth very soon. Because he can just go face with the Vow of Champions, then play it. Very interesting giving up the Badger there. Let's go ahead and see what we get from the Rune of Sight. Could determine what we do this turn. Hard to argue with just slapping a Helion. I don't know of many easy ways to get around this. He needs to top deck Vicious Manticore. I think that's his only out. Vicious Manticore does win because he has Vow of Champions in hand. I think this is really hard for him to deal with, though. Otherwise. But he can deal 2 points, and the Frenzy from the Manticore would finish me off here in game number 1. Just feels unlikely he has ways to get by both front lines, and he did not have a way to get by the Helion there on that attack. Moonlight Charm is pretty useless. We're very happy to have the Rune of Life because we've been sweating the potential of a lethal from... Can I go face here? 8, 9... Okay, I have lethal next turn, pretty much regardless of where this goes. How about this? I think this just leads them in a situation where it's very difficult for them. The 10-3 Helion in play. I don't know how nature gets by this. Yeah, even if they've got Vicious Manticore, the 3 we just healed from the Rune Moth is going to be the difference. That was an edge-of-your-seat type of game. Game number 1, about as tight as it can go, but it did go our way. Game number 1 was one of those edge-of-your-seat type of games. They got us down very low very quickly, but we were able to come out with the win. Here we're coming out with Aggro War, and he's coming out with probably Control Magic here. Not a bad draw. Valka's Captain into Warmonger Smith into... Yeah, this is okay. I'm going to keep this. You could argue that I should have gotten more greedy on the mulligan here, but I'm happy with this. So we're going to keep this here. The Valka's Captain, very likely to get peeled here, but that's fine. End of the day, that's fine. And yeah, thought that might not have a long lifespan out there, but it's part of the game there. Trading 1-for-1 early is going to be something they feel pretty good about that. The top decked Odie is something I like here. We're not eager to attack with this because we might be playing Warmonger Smith next turn. The Odie, definitely something if they can remove, they probably will. They can GP in another Bolt. Not many Magic players run 1 mana removal, 1 mana deal 2 type of removal in this exact format. So they might be using their only pip this game to remove the Odie, which isn't bad because that does limit their options later in the game. Or they're going to let us hit with Odie, which also means we get to flood the board very quickly. We might be flooding board into a trap. They've got Shape Blast, though. So they're thinking here, they could easily have Shape Blast in this situation. And the Mage Bolt, and if they just let it live, it does suggest potentially a Shape Blast, but whew. The turn 3, Empowered White Guard, White for Guard here. So, what I love about this is this completely ignores any line of Shape Blast, which is what I think they wanted to set up last turn. And this does pose some questions. Now, they could Mage Bolt and then Star Shard Bolt this away, but then we do get another hit with the Odie. Okay, Guild Enforcer is pretty effective for them. Alright, here. This goes into there. The Warmonger Smith ability is going to be impactful in this exact situation. We will be able to get that hit to go there. This goes face for cost reduction to Thunder Caller. This does give them information about my hand, but look at my board. Not vulnerable to Shape Blast at all. I mean, we've got a front line, a 4-stat, a 4-stat. Shape Blast kills 1 minion that can kill the White for a guard with it. But this is a very, very good board set to be playing around a lot of the cards that he would be setting up normally in the situation. So the Star Shard Bolt was definitely one of the more effective cards he could have, though we're very happy with the White for a guard being able to get an attack in while it could, for sure. taking a look at the Sanctum, the best card is actually going to be the frontline minion here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to buy the Shield Maiden. I'm very cognizant of Shape Blast here. Very cognizant. I mean, we're gonna play into it, of course, but I mean, we know this is a very likely card for them to have. And that's why we picked the Shield Maiden, is they will kill this, this, and this with Shape Blast, but this and this will live, and we will still be pushing a lot of damage here. So it's pretty balanced, and he needs to, yeah, he really needed to remove more than one minion there. I don't think that's going to be enough for him here. Everything will just go straight towards the face, and this game is not looking good for my opponent, if I were to say so myself here. And I've almost made a mistake. Playing the Warmonger Smith, though it looks very natural, is indeed the incorrect play, because this line is lethal, and we win the round of 64, advance to the round of 32, and that's solid.